Okay guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're working through this skills series. We're acquiring speed. We've got Mikey working on all sorts of new things, trying to move strike away. Mikey's got more value at this thing than anyone. It's awesome. So we're going to talk a little bit about flighting the golf ball, right? Awesome. Hitting this thing. I was telling you we were at Cabot recently. You know, as a Scotsman, people would go, well, just flight one down a little, but just hit a low iron off the tee. And I'm going, I've been in Ontario 11 years. Yeah. I hit the ball up here. Right. Very comfortable hitting it very, very high. Yeah. Really not comfortable or very good at hitting it particularly low. And you said, I've got something for you.
I do. It's, you know, and I think that my experience is similar to yours in that I played golf and I grew up in Ontario. And, you know, you hit it high, bent grass greens, you're carrying bunkers, keep it on the green, right?
That's it, that's the game.
And so that's great, and that's how you're going to play most of your golf.
Yeah.
But every once in a while when the weather gets crazy, and my experience was I played college golf in New Mexico State, 88 to 91. And when I got down there, oh my gosh, the fan turns on in the spring and it doesn't stop. And I remember coming home, Ben Kern, who worked here, he's like, oh my God, all your clubs are like 7-degree driver and strong 3-wood. I'm like, I know, pro, well, it blows. And then, you know, through the technology and some, you know, coaching as much as I do, because I've been coaching now I started when I was 16 at some level, right? Yeah. And then professionally for my mid-20s. And I've learned a thing or two. So I kind of want to walk you through it, because when you said that, you're like, man, I had a hard time kind of not hooking my knockdown shots.
Just lefts. I mean, they weren't just even right to lefts, they were
so
lefts.
This is I've got your 3-iron. It looks lovely. It's a Titleist, what is this?
U500.
U500, okay. So, you know, the winds, like it's a little breezy up here, but I wouldn't call this like a wind you really need to knock it down per se. But if you think about what I'm showing you here, like a knockdown shot, what do most people do?
Back in the stands, hit down.
Sure. So the more down you hit, okay, the more, if you can imagine, I'm going to actually get an aim stick out of here. I've got a few. And the more down you hit, and since golf is a side-on game, the more inside out you're hitting.
Right.
Okay, and so you said, well, I struggled with a hook. Okay, so if I go, all right, well, here's our target line. We want to hit this thing somewhere in the fairway, obviously, to have some playable shot. So the more that I am taking this circle of my swing and hitting down, even if the circle of my swing is straight, now look at how much rightward path is actually touching that ball.
We've got that moving on the ball.
You see my point? Okay, so the idea that everybody says, well, to hit it down, you want to actually play the ball back. Now, I can hit it down, there's no doubt, but then all of a sudden I don't have much loft in my hand either. So when the ball goes back, we hit it, since it's a side-on game, we have a lot of rightward path because the ball's back, and now we're trying to hit down on the more, we're exacerbating that, and if the face is even mildly square, where's the ball go? It goes way to the left and you hook it. So here's the thing. Notice where I'm playing this golf ball. Let me just hit one of these. So obviously I don't want to hit it in the lake, and I don't want to hit it in that fairway bunker. So where's this ball played right now?
You've got that up.
Massively forward.
In driver position.
I've got it even more forward than driver position.
Exactly.
You know, so to hit this, what path am I hitting this with?
Yeah, you're going to, I mean, you're swinging left. I just think back to Tiger when he was working with some stuff with Foley. Yeah. President's Cup at Royal Melbourne, and he's hitting those stingers. And everyone's like, what's this practice swing he's doing? Yeah. He's making that swing where he looks like he's coming, you know, way over the top, but he's just correcting the path.
You know it. So, you know, I've got a ball way forward, and you're skilled enough to hit the ball. You know, so most people go, oh, I can't hit it, I'm going to chunk it. Yeah. No, we're not. We're actually going to change our path a ton. Right. Now we've got a path that's going to hit a fade, right? So if I kind of pepper one of these out there, so ball forward in my stance, a lot of fade bias. Okay, so there's no way that's going to hook. In fact, I over-faded it a bit. You see my point? And so there's an excessive path. Did we get that one?
Yeah, 5-8.
Okay, yeah.
So in ball position, being forward meant nothing to your angle of attack being too shallow or even hitting up on it. That was 7-7 down.
No, I know. I'm smashing down on it.
Absolutely.
When the ball's way forward, guess the only thing you can do is hit down on it. And that's kind of a testimony to some of your people hitting driver too.
Totally.
They'll get driver way up in their stance, right? And the only way they can actually get it is to hit down and swing left on it. So if I move the golf ball into a place that makes a bit more sense. Now if I wanted to hit sort of a hooky shot,
Yep.
now I'd be a bit more mindful with ball location.
Right.
So to hit another one of these little stingy guys, it's not a particularly wide stance. The ball's kind of forward in my narrow stance, my weight's left, and I know that I'm, you know, on top of this thing quite a bit. Like my weight's on my left side, there's a lot of leftward path, and so there's a nice one that's never going to hook.
No, that's
Right?
really nice.
So that's a good one. 92 miles an hour club head
Yeah.
speed. A little fadey path, 4 degrees. I hit down on it 8.
Little efficient, sort of little flat one.
Yeah.
Just
You
bleeding
know,
out there.
And it's not for maximum distance. And people might look at that and go, well, Martin, your divot's way left. And I'm like, I don't really much care. Where's my ball?
Yeah.
You see my point? Like, we got to
Exactly.
get our head around what people can construe as optimum. That's not optimum.
Yeah.
That's a flighted shot to avoid Mother Nature having us make a 7.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
so come on in here.
Okay.
Have a little fun with this, right? So probably a slightly more narrow stance than you're accustomed to. Ball's going to feel like it's literally on your left toe. So the only way you can hit it is to feel across it.
Okay.
Handle goes left and hit it hard. That's it. Okay, and this is the one strike done. No, I mean, isn't that awesome?
The one take wonder.
I mean,
yeah, I mean-
that's cannon. That's a cannon.
I play so many golf courses around here where that's why I carry this club, because I dream of hitting that shot.
Yeah.
I would love to hit that shot. You know, we'll go out there and don't feel like I'm feeling great on any hole, and that will carry 220,
Yeah.
230. It will scoot out to 250, 260.
Yeah.
There's nowhere you can't play some good golf with that shot.
No, and it, honestly, when you start thinking the geometry of the strike of it, let me just set this up
Sure.
a little. And some of you watch a lot of videos on YouTube, you'll see, you know, what good coaches will call a grid. You know, so if I say, okay, here's my target line, and we're gonna go kind of fairway-ish, right where you striped yours, and then I kind of put this kind of triangle in the middle of these things right here. And you guys start to understand this a little, may I?
Love that. Yeah.
You know, so if, you know, all things being equal, maybe I play the top of my pyramid, the golf ball, you know, I'm going to touch the golf ball in this condition where my delivery is neutral-ish, right? But the more I work it back, now my path is to inside out.
Right.
And if you're hitting into the wind and you start playing this thing back and then
Yep.
start hitting down, rightward path, square face, friction's a hook.
Right.
And that sucker is not going to stop. Okay, so I've helped a lot of good players that come to me and like, man, the wind blew, and I'm trying to keep it down. I'm hitting hooks, and I say, okay, I've you know, and I think a coach has to be somewhat of a player to be able to relate to what
I
a good
agree.
player deals with.
Completely agree.
You know, I mean, I don't play great anymore. I still get it around pretty well, but you gotta know what it feels like.
Yeah.
The nerves and how you freak out in the last 3 holes, and I've been there and done that, and I've lost some and I've won some. But to learn how to change this to where, okay, hey, this ball is crazy forward. That's nuts.
Yeah.
Could I still hit it? I sure can. Can I hit up on it? Heck
Right.
no. I got to pound down on it. So hitting down on a ball doesn't make it go up, Ian.
Yep.
Hitting down on a ball just makes it go down.
Absolutely.
Right? So when a ball's forward, and so you got to hit it on the way down and the way left. Now the chance of hooking it's minimized,
Yeah.
and you'll get your low launching heater.
Right.
That'll probably fade. And for you, you're like, I'll take it. Like, give me,
All day long.
right? Give me
all
10
day.
yards of fade or whatever in a
Definitely.
heater that flies 220. Come on.
And that one to work off of as a baseline that we can, okay, like if we need to turn one a little bit, if it's
Yeah.
blowing in off the left, or
Right.
you know, whatever we want to do, we can play it back a hair if we want that path to go a little more
Completely.
inside.
So let me see if I can get this in the. So that's okay.
Okay.
So it's in the foresight now. So here's one. So where's that ball now?
So now you're 2/3 back.
Yeah. So it's way more toward my right foot than even middle. Agreed. So let me hit this one. Right. So did that go low? Not necessarily.
So 10-4 launch, 4,300 spin.
Yeah. You know. So that was just a kind of a pushy draw.
Yeah.
That got hung by this little bit of crosswind. But that ball didn't necessarily go low off of a 3-iron, did it?
No, absolutely not. I mean, that's a perfect little draw. I mean,
You know,
8-degree rightward start line, 5-degree
Yeah.
leftward curvature. I mean, it's a beauty.
right? And so that a lot of that was just managed by ball location.
Yeah,
You know, I didn't have to stand in here and do this.
yeah,
You know, I can
Yeah.
kind of go, okay, where's the ball? Now, if I'm trying to hit that straight, I can hit it low.
yeah.
But then I run the risk of if I have that bunker. Well, the bunker is not too bad, but it would be nervy for most people to hit that bunker shot over that lake or green.
100%.
Yeah, but for like a lower handicap, it's like they'll deal with it. But I still wouldn't want to be in it. But if I played this ball sort of back with a square, I don't want to lose this golf ball, but you get my point.
Yeah.
Now, if I hit this with any kind of rightward path, now it's gone. It's low and it's hooking and it's not the shot.
One of the other things I struggle with from time to time, and as much as I talk about, I've been struggling with kind of the flighted shots, is I go further and further back with it. I'm liable to bring that one into play as well. So as much as I lose a few left, I start then missing it right because
Oh,
I can't
really?
go far enough back
Yeah.
to the point where the path is so far right, the face doesn't have the necessary rate of closure to catch up to how open it is on the downswing.
Yeah.
And then you just start blocking them out to the right. So I feel like I've kind of got, again, that double whammy of, well, I'm able to flight it down now, and I've got so much time because the ball's forward
Right.
that I can just manage the face.
You can. You are. You know, you've got. And so for you better play. For the newbies out there watching Love Ian's content, put your hand up. Mine's up. I love it too. But the point is, for you decent golfers out there, like 15 and better. So if you kind of grip this at the bottom of the grip with your lead hand, right hand on the shaft, and just feel this handle kind of turn around that left hip or your lead hip. I'll say lead hip. Lots of lefties in Canada. You know, so you want my weight's on my lead foot, the ball's forward, I have to hit down on it. There's my leftward path. It'd be a miracle to have a face shot to that path.
100%.
You wouldn't do it.
No.
It doesn't even make sense.
No.
So now you're hitting down on it, which makes the ball come out low, and now you have leftward path, which squirts it into a bit of a fade. And it's not optimal ball flight, but it's great survivalist
Yeah.
ball flight.
Yeah, definitely. We talk a lot about when the going gets tough, guys, have a safe shot. Have somewhere you can go
Yeah.
that feels like, okay, if I just need to get one in play here, I feel all sorts of nerves and tension, but I just got to get one out there. This seems to me like a really safe go-to. I mean,
Yeah.
we know we can pound down on one,
Yeah.
right? So we get that ball position up there, you know, with nice narrow stance, and we kind of really, we know we're going to manage that face. We're not, you said it, we're not going to go left.
No.
We're not going to allow it to go left.
No.
So you're going to kind of hold a little hold off one that just scoots out there.
You know what Dustin Johnson said, famous quote, they asked him, DJ, what's the most important thing about hitting a fade? Make sure it fades.
Yeah.
You know, words of wisdom by DJ.
I'm not sure whether he means it or not, but he keeps it simple. He keeps
Right.
it simple.
Make sure it fades.
Make sure it fades. Listen, I think there's so many nuggets. Guys, I mean, I know you think the Stinger's for the really advanced players out there, and I don't really kind of have the type of game to manage that. Try it.
Yeah.
Try it and see. You might surprise yourself. You know, I don't consider myself to be a talented golfer. I feel like I'm a hard-working golfer. So, you know, for those of you who feel like you don't have it in the locker, just go try it.
Right.
You know, go and work away at it, and I think you'll surprise
And
yourself.
you don't have to do it. You can do it with a hybrid. You can do it with a 5-wood. You can, you know, I do it with a 3-wood regularly.
Yeah,
You know, I
Yeah.
mean, I kind of mash down on 3-woods and hit a little low peelers out there.
totally.
So, I mean, it's a fun shot, and when you practice, you make practice fun.
Mm-hmm.
3 pieces to practice: a technical piece, half an hour, 10 minutes on technique, 10 minutes on fun, the trickery part of golf, smashing down peelers, flighting it, forward ball locations. So you have to hit down, you have to have a fadey bias. And then obviously the last bit of your practice is a bit of a test. Put
Yeah.
yourself under a little bit of pressure, give yourself a challenge, and then wrap up your session with those 3 pieces.
Love it, love it. And don't be put off by, you know, conditions where you go, it's a bit windy out there today. Embrace that. You're going to have to play in that at some point.
Yes.
You know, get out there, and this is just another shot to add to the toolbox where you can go out and just test yourself that on a day like today, you've got shots up your sleeve that you're going to produce on a difficult golf course. People would be petrified to see that water on the left-hand side, trees down the right, who knows what's on the other side of that hill.
Right.
With a shot like this up your sleeve, you're fearing absolutely
Yeah.
nothing.
Yeah.
Love it.
Awesome. Good times.
Thank you, pal.
You bet,
really
buddy.
enjoyed that. Guys, stay tuned for more. We'll see you again soon.